Right, what's up guys, welcome to another PvP video. Basically I'm going to teach you some tactics you might be able to use. So this is the person I'm going to be showing the tactics on. They are wearing the flame flags on, you may notice, so am I. Clean. So this is going to be sword, shield and axe PvP. So first of all, the main potions that you use for this are strength and speed, which can be very useful at times. Which are extraordinarily useful. The speed is very useful for when you use spear. And also, potions add 2.99 attack damage. So that's like lovely to use. Like 1%. So if I want to show you tactics. So obviously knowing what we learned last video. Jump 3, 2, 1. Uncrouch. So knowing what we learned last video using the base. Like that. That's if I know how. Oh, quite rusty guys, sorry. Like that. What we can do is we can use this with the sword. So this is some tactics we can use. So if you want to sprint jump at me, or if they're sprint jumping, you need to do it the second they land. Now in this situation where they're stuck in the cobweb, you get your sword and start critting them. And if you don't know what a crit is, a crit is Ace, get back in.
Yay.
There is. Why am I hitting my damn cobweb? Right. So what I just showed you was a crit. Standing in a cobweb. So what is a crit is where you jump and then while you're landing you hit. Yeah. You can also use attribute swapping here, which is where you swap from your sword to another thing, and it gives the attributes from the other thing to your sword, like this. Now, in this situation, it's probably better to use an axe to crit, like this, because that does more damage to your... That happens again if you don't stop. So, the way to stop critting... The way to crit is if you... Can you stop this? So, the way to use critting is if you, with the axe, is the main thing is that it does more damage to armor when you use the axe, so that's why it's quite useful. Now, if you didn't already know this, if somebody was to come here and they started sprint jumping at you, no, and it's wait, actually, do I not have my shield on? Yeah, I don't. I should. So if somebody were to have their shield out, a bit like this person here, put them down to us. If the person was to not have their shield on, was to have their shield on, you could break it using your axe, and that disables it for a few seconds, leaving you to be able to fight them. And most of the time, when you hit them, they actually realise it's disabled.
I'm scared I am, but
They don't actually realise it's disabled. For example, if they were to hit me with their axe, which I'm guessing they should have, if they were to hit me with this axe, they're going to give me back. No, give it back. If they were to hit me with this axe, I didn't even realise it's disabled. Can you give me back my axe, please? I didn't even realise it's actually disabled. And it's... Didn't actually realise it was disabled for a few seconds there, until they actually started hitting me. So, now, another thing that you could realise is if they were to start running at you, just cobweb them, and boom, do that. Now, the best way to attribute swap is using this. is if you stay in the cobwebs for 1 minute, is to do this. Doing your sword. The way to know if you're critting or not is to see if the particles come up. Like, if you have particles, that means you're critting. See if I were to do this. No red particles. Right, now if we were to use this in a 1v1, let's go ahead and do that. 3, 2, 1, go. Also using the interval tactics that we learned a few videos ago. That we learned from the Mace video. And you see this in a 1v1. If they're running, what can we do? We can do that. Let's see if I can hit it. Yeah, I decided to move out of the way because I was standing right now. I did realise I've got to give them a second while I'm halfway through this. So, but if we were to use both of what we learned, including the mace, we could do this. So what you want to do is, is what you do is you start hitting them to begin with. If I want to get them out of the cobweb still. So what you do is mainly for the battle. Mainly for the battle, you just use the axe and then maybe sometimes the sword for just fellow and blow. Or if you like it differently, you can maybe do it the other way around. How have you got this? You can do it the other way around. But what I do for the finishing blow, because I like the mace more, is this. So if you want to come fight me, you have to actually fight them. I've given you the down strength, I've given you the speed. That's not what you want to do, for the record. And by the way, guys, you see that iceberg trap? That could be a bit of a reference to a future video. So while you get them low, while they're low, hey, can you not? While eat a gas. While they're low, the way to do the so you want to get them low using the netherite sword. Can you stop that? You want to get them low using the netherite sword. Go in the air. Would you stop that?
You should have got 5 back and they didn't give me a weapon.
I know!
So I'm using my glow globes.
Fine, I'll give you that actually. But just for this. Just for this, you just hit.
Oh, okay.
That's a future reference. If somebody's on your end, you can just do that. No, but genuine. If you're doing a fight, you mainly want to hit using the sword until they're live, they're dead. Like that. Now, obviously, I didn't get them live there, so that's why I didn't do anything. But, maybe eat a gap, or you're going to burn to death. I guess you chose option number 2. Maybe eat a gap or 2. Right, so what you do is you want to kind of get them low. Now they're low. Boom, no helmet. Now they've got no helmet from the axe. Now, what we can do here, if they're not low enough, is you can use a mace stream, which is where you hit them once. Eat a gap. Maybe 2. Carry on spamming them. So where you go in the air, boom, hit, carry on. Until that happens. So if somebody's spam gapping, you can still beat them using this. Now, one other thing that you may be able to do for sword PvP is the mace hit. So if I were to come here, if you were to come here. If I had this here, it stands there. If I were to have somebody, can you place a block up there? I'm up on top of that. Okay, if I were to have somebody standing here, and then I hit them into the air and they jumped. One more. Now they're stuck, which means you can. But if I wanted to do that, if they jump and get stuck in the cobweb, you want to see well, it's in this place. They can get stuck in the cobweb and you don't want to do what I've just done. Wait, actually, yeah, it is actually, I've done it wrong. You can do that, which they can't actually defend because you've got them stuck in the cobweb. Now, the last thing that I want to do for this video is just, I'm actually going to take... I'm going to say, let's just get 1v1 done so I can show the viewer how it's done. Boom, stuck. Just like that. Really, really simple. Now, obviously for me, I prefer the mace. So that's probably what I primarily do. But for everybody there who prefers the sword, I hope this helps out. See ya!